Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2022 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, view, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where you folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have your sign, so makes sense to see this come up too because there will be a full moon in your sign this month, so totally makes sense to see that. And it actually will be conjunct to Mars, and Mars is actually retrograde in your sign right now as well. Alright, so we have 11, and 11th house energy for you guys is Aries, and as we get toward the end of December, we're going to have Jupiter back into Aries. Sorry, my mind just drew a blank there. And we also have Chiron that's been there for quite some time too. And 11th house energy in general points to your friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. And we have the South Node. So South Node's in Scorpio, and for you guys, that's your 6th house of health, work, daily routines. Of course, at the time of recording this, we're technically still in Scorpio season. I do see some Scorpio energy in your spread as well. All right, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. All right, in the main situation position, we have the moon, and challenging that, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So if nothing else, this could be another indicator of what we were just talking about, the fact that you guys will have the full moon in your sign in December. And then to see the Ace of Pentacles challenging this, though, I feel like this is saying, outside of just the full moon itself, this could just be saying that you might actually get some kind of an offer that comes your way, but you might not feel like you could truly trust the offer, right? You might feel like there's some details that might be missing from the situation. Of course, could be financial in nature, but could just be anything that's practical and tangible. But yeah, that's what I see there. It looks like primarily you guys are kind of looking at an offer a little bit sideways at this time, like not sure if you could trust it or not, or if you even want that or not. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Lovers. So to see this in the foundation position, this is actually the major arcana card for your sign. So this could just be saying, if anything, this is proof that you're pretty solid. So if something does come your way and something seems a little bit off about that, there's probably a good reason for you to feel that way. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to outright reject it, but at the very least, you probably would want to look into it a little bit further before you commit to anything. And I should mention too that as we get toward the end of December, there's going to be Mercury retrograde that starts up in Capricorn. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, in the past position, we have the Death card. So this is Scorpio energy here. And this could just be saying that you might have actually left something behind during Scorpio season, right? So this could even, that moon could point to you guys being in that limbo phase where you've left one thing behind, but you're not quite fully into the new thing just yet. So that could be what that's potentially pointing to there. And for some of you, if that is the case, maybe it's something around your health, your daily routines, and your work that you might have left behind in the past. Okay, in the present position, we have the Knight of Cups, Pisces energy, and the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. So these two energies here too could just be saying that at least as of right now, you're feeling a little bit torn, right? Maybe there's one thing that your heart might say might be the best way to go, but your mind might have a different idea, right? So that could be why you're a little bit torn right now, like not sure which pathway to take right now. And I will say, if that's the case, the full moon might actually help bring you some clarity in that regard. So if you're feeling like you're rushed into anything this month, just keep that in mind. Just let that energy pass, and that will help out a little bit. All right, in the near future position, we have the Three of Wands, Aries energy, and the Ace of Wands. So to see this come up here, it could just be saying with this combination in particular, it feels like this is saying that you have a pretty stable, sturdy foundation already. You're not fully where you want to be, but you're not too far off either. And with this Ace of Wands energy, this could just be saying that actually because you don't immediately jump into something, then that could actually lead to something more coming your way to actually get you that stability that you're seeking. So in that regard, like I said, I feel like you don't need to outright reject anything, but definitely take your time and really process any offers that come your way this month. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, definitely looks like you're on guard, right? And I feel like this is saying that you might not even be able to trust yourselves at this time, or at least you feel that, right? Because if we look at the position of the card in the spread, he's looking right toward the Lovers, which, as we said, that's the major arcana card for your sign. So this might feel like you're a little bit iffy about something, right? Maybe it's even about partnering up. So maybe this is someone offering to partner with you in some way. And you might be a little bit iffy about that because maybe you're just more independent, right? And you're just used to working for yourself. So you could be like, I don't know if that's really the right move for me. So it could just be what you're feeling there. Maybe because you've been burned in that type of situation in the past too, right? Usually this Nine of Wands doesn't come without reason. All right. In the environment position, we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, this is another indicator that whatever has come your way, you just might not be fully pleased with it just yet. Now, this is a frustrating energy to be in, though, for sure, because it's one of those things where if we look at this, they're kind of looking right at those cups and they know that they're not what they want. And there's only more of that coming, but at the same time, they're not taking any action to go after what they do want, right? So just be on the lookout for that too, right? You don't want to become too stagnant and just expect something perfect to fall into your lap. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Eight of Swords. So Gemini energy here, and I would assume this would be more of a fear for you guys than a hope, right? And it could just be saying that you're fearful of making the wrong move, right? So yeah, like I said, these are probably indicators that you might have done something similar to this in the past, right? And maybe it's a similar offer that brings you back to a past memory where you're like, okay, the last time I went down that road, it didn't work out well, right? So you could just be a little wary of that type of situation for that reason. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So if there were ever like a card that embodies like that slow and steady wins the race energy, this would be it, I feel, So it could just be one of those things where, again, I feel like you will end up getting something that you're satisfied with. But again, I feel like the key is to not jump into anything immediately. And even timeline-wise, this is a Capricorn energy. So it could just be saying, hey, if you get offered something right at the beginning of December, right, maybe it might be best for you to just give it a little bit of consideration before you make any commitments on that. And given that this is 8th house energy, maybe this is even someone coming to you with some kind of investment opportunity, right? You might be like, I don't know, last time I made an investment like that didn't go so well, right? So yeah, like I said, definitely keep the main theme in mind that jumping into it wouldn't be wise immediately, but at the same time, rejecting it right away wouldn't be too wise either. I feel like the right thing to do would be to sit back a little bit, give it some thought, and then I feel like you get some clarity the more you think about it. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have Justice. So this is the major arcana card for Libra. And this is another indicator here between that. Like I said, seeing your major arcana card in the foundation to me says you're on pretty solid ground and you should be able to trust yourself. You just might not feel like you can right now. But seeing this at the bottom of the deck too, to me says that things would work out for the best for all parties involved. So keep that in mind too. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card. We have don't take anything personally. And it says, ignore the opinions of others. Okay, it says, whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. Others are going to have their own opinion according to their belief system, so whatever they think about you is not about you, but it is about them. So yeah, I mean, definitely a pretty positive message there. I don't necessarily feel like it's one of those things where the hesitation you're feeling is worrying about the opinions of others, but pretty solid advice to take across the board, right? And then we have, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Come to the Edge. There's the artwork, and the number is 36. So we'll see what that has to say. Okay, essential meanings. It says courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. The Oracle's message, facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now's the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to the heart. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. So, a couple things came to mind as I read that. One definitely was the Knight of Cups moving into the forward direction, right? And then we have the Knight of Swords pointing to the past direction. So that could be part of what it's saying there, right? That if you continue to go with what's comfortable and familiar, you're just going to end up right back in the same cycles you've been in. Whereas if you move forward, you could open yourself up to some new opportunities. So while I was saying I wouldn't necessarily jump into anything, but I wouldn't reject anything, this seems to be nudging you a little bit forward toward taking the action more quickly, and hopefully it resonated. The relationship message says it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts of you that you've kept hidden and protected. Now's the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You'll be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. So yeah, again, that seems to support the energy that we see with the Knight of Cups, with the Knight of Swords, and what I was talking about with the Four of Cups as well, right? Where if you're not necessarily happy with what's being offered, but you're not also going after what you do want, then you just might repeat that cycle. The prosperity message says if ever there was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. This is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice now, and if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fears. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is more powerful, and Spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you could imagine. Take that step. The results will be amazing. So yeah, this is definitely a pretty encouraging card. So hopefully all of that resonated with you. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Panchamukha mudra, and the keyword for it is integration. All right, and there we go. Let me get everything in the frame. So if you want to pause it or take a screenshot, you can. But under benefits, it says balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain by affecting the corpus callosum, which acts as a bridge between the two hemispheres, improves concentration and memory retention, benefits the tendons, activates the body's self-healing power. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description of the video as always. I hope you guys have a good holiday season. I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.